You're watching Face to Face, live from the CSL studio. Your host, Nesta, Cann.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Face to Face. Yours truly, Nesta, Cann. And today we have a special guest in the studio who goes by the name of Kerry D Drummer.
Yo.
What's going on, Kerry?
I'm good. Good night.
Long time, my friend. So what's new? What have you been up to, boss?
Just rapping, doing what I do best. Putting in my contribution to the soca music.
Yeah.
You know, throughout the islands, throughout the states. Just loving what I do.
Let's talk about music.
Yeah.
Did you go to school to do all of this, learn how to do all this, or are you self-taught?
Yeah, self-taught. I never did music in school. I never did any music theory, no grade 1s, grade 2s. I just like drumming, and going to high school, I got exposed to the actual instruments, because back in the day in primary school in Trinity, you'd beat the desk, or you home, you beat your mom pots, but when you're in school now and you heard they have a band room, and then you go and you actually saw the tuba and the conga and the drum set, and that was it. Now you had access to go any time of the day, practice, watch the other drummers do their thing, and you know, so it was years of doing that as well.
Yeah, nice. So what got you into music? Anyone inspire you?
Basically, my family is very musically inclined, you know, like in terms of like my uncles and my aunts, they're like in Trinidad we have a word we call it coco pie, or like them old Spanish, and they eat, they drink rum and they play parang. You know, so a lot of them, you know, they could play all the instruments, the maracas, they could sing, the box bass, the mandolin, they dance. My dad was an African drummer. My grandfather as well, he used to play traps for a jazz band back in the day. So I kind of grew with it, you know. That was just my thing. My hands always used to be going, couldn't stay put, you know. And just going to school now and meeting, you know, friends who have that same vision and love music and that encouragement and motivation. And it's a wrap after that. That was it.
That was it. And you're from the island of Trinidad and Tobago, because you know sometimes people have the Trinity accent, but they're Grenadian. So you'd be surprised. So just want to make sure.
True, that happens to me all the time. Everybody be like, yo, they could have sworn I was Grenadian.
Yeah. Your music is classified as what? I don't want to put you in a box just playing soca. So you do play other genres?
I play other genres of music, but it just so happened, you know, out here in Brooklyn, New York, is soca 24/7 where we at. So most of the times, those are the events, you know, people would see me at. But actually, I started off as an EDM drummer, as a techno drummer.
Wow.
Yeah, I love playing.
That's where the money is. Yeah. That's where the money is.
I love playing to house music. Back in the day, it had a club called Club Zen. And you know, they used to bring a lot of techno DJs, Ian Van Dahl and Cascada and Philo and Perry and what's his name, Van Buren and those guys, 4 Strings.
Wow.
And those are the guys I used to, you know, basically work with. I used to jump for numerous pan sides. At one point in time, I used to play for a classical orchestra. I used to play timpani for them as well. I was also a part of a West African band back home. We call it Best Village, where we would do like African drumming and do like our own arrangements, our own drumology, theater, singing, you know, more folk and stuff like that.
Right.
I also had my own rhythm band once upon a time called Hansa Rhythm. It was good while it lasted, but for me, like, I mean, being in a band it's hard, because sometimes I tend to think that you may want it more than others in the band. Guys tend to get comfortable and think, you know, that, okay, you know, we popular, they're booking us everywhere, so we don't have to come to rehearsal on time, or we don't have to come this first Sunday of the month meeting, you know, they feel they were too big. And for me, that was just wasting my time, because I know we had so much talent and could have do more. And after a while, I just, you know, I left the band and I started doing me and through the clubs and stuff home in Trinity, a few clubs and whatnot. And then I ended up migrating to the States, and it was something new out here. It became an instant hit at that time in the party scene, because everybody accustomed to like the Tassa bands and the rhythm bands, but to see like one solo drummer, one solo percussionist, playing alongside and live DJs and backing up
Yeah.
artists live on the spot, like no rehearsal, like it's just off of chemistry
Yeah.
and vibe, you know. So it was something different and easy to market as well.
Yeah. I remember first seeing you when we. It's just like '07.
Yeah, 07,
when I first saw you,
yeah.
'07, '08, the prime days in New York. Well, my prime days. I mean, there were days before that. And I said, "Who is this guy? He's shirt off, sweating."
Yeah, boy, just
energy.
my soul.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's the last time I think I actually saw you, because you started to do other things, travel.
Yeah.
all kind of stuff. So speaking of traveling, where have you been recently? You just came back from
Yeah, I recently came back from St. Martin
St.
for
Martin.
the carnival.
How was that?
That was an awesome experience. My first time in St. Martin. Actually my second. My first time I just basically passed through to head to Anguilla. That was New Year's Eve. They had a New Year's Eve event there, featuring me, DJ Blaze, Busy Signal out to Jamaica. But I didn't really get to spend time in St. Martin until I went like 2 weeks back, and it's definitely a lovely island.
Yeah.
Great set of people. The music is different and so addictive though. Once you hear it, it's different, but a different energy, and I like that. Different is good.
And that's in St. Martin, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they have the whole hurricane thing that happened a year and a half? How is the country doing now? The island, actually.
They're bouncing back.
They're bouncing
pretty
back?
well, though. I mean, you could still drive in through the island. You could still see the damage of the hurricane, where churches and schools and hotels and stuff. The structure is halfway up. Some of the roofs are off. You have certain parts of the island where you would see these big ships on the next side of the road. How it got out of the water and reached on the road, that's just, so for me, I was like so shocked and amazed that, that these big heavy ships and structures could have crumbled like that. But the island is definitely doing good. They implemented new laws in terms of the infrastructure and how they're building the houses and stuff there now. We could do whatever, but Mother Nature is funny, but yet still we could just take precaution and, try to be prepared or 10 steps ahead. But the carnival was really good. I had a good time. I'm looking forward to going back next year, please God. Then before that, I went to Trinidad Carnival. I got there late, actually, like the last 2 weeks.
It was in March this year, right?
Yeah,
2019.
they had a nice late, yeah.
Okay.
So I got there. I did 2 weeks there. From there, I went straight to Grenada for basically a month, just to do some networking and link up with some of the local producers and artists, and of course, friends who became family and whatnot.
Right.
After that, came back to New York for a few, check up on my kids, because I am a dad, so I have to clock in on that daddy duty,
Right.
I got to spend a few days with them, like 3-4 days, and then I was off to Bermuda. Shout out to my boy DJ Rusty G. He puts together some awesome events, and I was carded to play for one of them over there. 100% Soca Party was the name of it. Featured me and Lil Rick.
Oh, Lil Rick was? Okay, nice.
Lil Rick came and done the place as always. That's the original energy god,
Did he pick up any big women?
Of course, yes. I forgot I had those footage on my phone. I had to go look for it, but definitely it's always a pleasure when Rick is around and the energy, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And from Bermuda back to New York for a few days, and then was to St. Martin, like I said a while ago, yeah.
Yeah. The instruments you play, are they just drums, or can you play any other? Can you play a steel pan, piano?
I wish. I always say
those kind of things.
If there was a pan for me to play, it would have been like the tenor bass or the sixth bass. I like the bass line. And if there was supposed to be another instrument, I love the bass guitar as well. To have that groove about it. I like instruments where you could feel that rhythm and be in your own zone. But other than that, it's just strictly percussion for me.
Percussions. Okay. What was the first song you learned to play?
The first, that's...
You remember?
that's taking me like...
Way back, huh?
Basically for me, it's like not about learning to play for the song, because I could play to any song, because once you know music basically structured one way. There's the intro, the chorus, there's the verse, then they will have a next chorus, they will have a jam or a bridge, and basically that's it. Once you know that how it's structured and you're on the right tempo, of course, it's just a matter of playing and counting and listening, most important. a lot of musicians, they're very talented, but they don't know how to play and listen, or you know, like for me, in instance, to me, like while I'm playing, yes, I'll be in a crazy party and there's a lot going on, water splashing, girls dancing, big tunes playing, but at the same time I'm listening to the mic man, you know, because they have a very important job on the mic to hype the crowd. So I have to know when to drop and just do light percussion when they're looking to bring in that song and you're looking for that climax.
Right.
So, you know, other drummers, they may be playing and they just carried away in the hype and they're not listening that, yo, we're a team. It's me and the DJ and the crowd. It's like a chemistry. We all fueling one another. So for me, I listen, and hence the reason I could, you know, keep up with them and play so detailed and do all these other stuff. And you always make your mistakes look like part of your performance.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
I train myself
mistakes
that
a lot, right? But people don't even know it.
Yep, I train my left hand to do with my right hand to do. So sometimes I'll be playing and people would see me play with my right hand, and then with my left hand now I tighten in a cymbal or I turn in something, or I'll be playing with my left hand and then they'll see me drinking a bottle of water in my right hand and still not missing a beat. You understand? Because that's when you're in your zone and you're comfortable. You don't build your momentum. And you know you could afford to, you're warm, so you know you could afford to do all that with one hand, make shots and cuts and.
So you have to basically pay attention and be focused. And, And how is it working with DJs and artists? Do you guys prepare backstage first?
No, with DJs, basically, like I would say for me, it's a DJs and then it's have DJs. Like I'm always skeptical with a lot of the DJs I try to work with.
Right.
Nothing personally against them, but for me, working with a live drummer, a live percussionist, a live musician on the whole, you have to make sure as a DJ you play certain songs that live drumming could complement.
Right.
Yes, soca is good music, but you can't play any soca music to live drumming. It has to make sense. Because the song could be having one message, saying one thing, and then when I'm drumming, it's doing something else. So you need to play certain songs that you know for a fact live percussion gonna complement. You understand? So and you have to play as a team. Again, I always say that teamwork. Don't play like it's just you playing for yourself.
Right.
You working with someone on stage, and we're both pleasing the crowd, so we need to have that chemistry. And with artists basically it's different. Like for the last Uber Soca cruise,
you were on Uber Soca cruise, the last one as well?
I've been with them from inception, actually, since year one in 2016 when we did Miami to Jamaica, year two Miami to Mexico. Last year was the third installment. They did two cruises, actually. We went to Miami and Labadee, Haiti, back, drop off that load again, back to Labadee. This year they decided to go to Turks and Caicos. They're doing two cruises as well. Right. So with the cruise now, what I get to realize now that a lot of artists now started coming to me, because again I didn't get where I am, and I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm getting there. But for these artists to actually acknowledge me and be watching me over these years, and to come to me and be like, you know what, Kerry, I would like you to come on, I want you come on my set tonight, I want you come and mix me down. And I'm talking about artists like King Bubba. Numerous times wherever he sees me, wherever country we meet, King Bubba always be like, Kerry, you're coming on with my set, you're working with me and my DJ. Skinny Fabulous,
wow.
Asa Banton, I work with Bunch already.
Marshall, have you worked with Marshall before?
I worked with Marshall, but that was in Trinidad years ago for his alternative concept where people know as Marshall Monday. Today, back in the day, they used to call it.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to call it AC 3+3 or you know. So yeah, I worked with him way back, but it's definitely fun working with both DJs and artists. You know, being on stage there with that artist while he busting those big tunes and then saying like wheel, and he could go all wild out and rock star and crash, and you know you get a big forward, a big pull up. So that's one thing that I see, and I'm thankful for, to know, well, all right, people always know me to play with some of the baddest DJs in the land, but now to know all these artists coming to me as well, because they realize where it makes sense. Not all the time they could travel with their band. A lot of these artists now, they have their band that they want to travel with. but they had to watch it from the promoter's point of
Yeah,
view.
the promoters don't want to pay. You don't want to
It's
pay for the
it's
band.
a lot
Yeah,
for you
Right.
and your contract and your right and then your band. But when they have me who songs like a full band
Right.
already and could work with any DJ quick like that, it makes sense. Like, yo, all right, we can't go with the band. All right, me, Kerry, and my DJ, and that's it. They just let me know, all right, Kerry, they'll text me the order of the songs earlier on in the day, so I would have the order because we have no form of communication on stage. Remember, Bubba would be doing his thing and he
Yeah.
would say something and the DJ would know what to play.
yeah,
I wouldn't know what
You want
to
to-
play,
yeah.
so I need to get the songs in advance. So I would then burn it in my mind.
Yeah.
Then I already know what coming out. Even self, I'm lost from the time they drop it and I hear the first two beats. I catch on very quick.
yeah. So have you been in a situation where you and the DJ had an agreement and he just goes off and just does his own thing in a party, and you're like, "Oh, wait, what is this?"
Yeah.
It has happened many times.
It has its
How,
days
yeah,
where
yeah. How do you then adjust? Like, what do? You just listen to what he's playing, just go along with it?
Yeah, me at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, we already going, it's already showtime and the crowd already expecting you to do what you have to do. So at the end of the day, they won't be hearing what I'm hearing, obviously.
Exactly,
Few
yeah.
people who are probably musically inclined and knows what's going on would realize the chemistry is off and something is wrong. But me, I try to be as professional as I could be. I would stay on and I would play.
Yeah.
But that would be the very last time I would work with that DJ and I would let the promoter. That's one of the questions why I ask promoters when they're booking me. I'd be like, what's your venue? Who's your cast? Your cast is important. I need to know who I'm working with. I need to be comfortable with who I'm working with at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You understand? So once they give me the cast, and I'll be like, well, okay, I'll work with this dude here. What time is he going on from?
yeah,
And we fix it to suit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because that brings out the best in you, depending on who's on the cast. Yeah,
Because I don't want to stand up and be on stage here and look like I don't know what I'm doing, and at the end of the day, it's not my fault. I'm giving you the lead. I'm complimenting what you doing, so you can't just run off and leave me to try to catch up
yeah.
with you, or leave me trying to guess. Like, thank God, like I said, I could play for all genres. So if any direction they go,
Yeah.
I could go. But let me know if you go and do something spontaneous. Let me know if you go and do something like that before we do it.
Right.
But again, like everybody, people tend to get carried away in the
Carried
hype
away.
while they're paying,
Yeah, I was
playing.
gonna say, get in the hype, watch the crowd, and just
They
totally
fail
go
to
off.
lose focus.
Focus.
The amount of stuff my mind be on from the time I walk onto a boat or walk into a venue, sometimes people be like, Kerry, you pass me straight. But it's not even the matter I pass them straight. It's the matter I get to the venue and I'm praying in my mind that I just hope the promoter let this engineer know I need two mics. You understand? You prepping yourself mentally, because in this music business,
Yeah.
you always make room for disappointment, and certain things like not having the proper mic for you,
Yeah.
or having a monitor for you,
Right.
is that could throw off our whole night. It's not just about coming and set up on stage and play. We need to have certain mics to give out that certain quality of song, so where we could actually play our drums instead of beating the drums, which is
Right.
important. As a drummer, I tell engineers that I don't want to dominate the music. I just want to complement what the DJ does, but don't have me too low now where I had to be coming in with extra force and actually beating my drums instead of playing it. It takes out more energy
Right.
from me coming down with all of that than being mic'd properly. Now I could play for a longer duration. So it's that why I try to tell people, no, it's not like I saw you and I passed this shit, but my mind is so far, because this is our job. And
Right.
you need to make sure you have everything there for you to come and do what you do best, which is your job. And if you don't have something there, and you know that, as small as it may sound to somebody, like an engineer might be like, nah, you don't need no mic. Oh, you could tell me I don't need no mic. I could tell you then you don't need to walk with no bass, just walk with heads.
Right.
You understand? I'm a musician, you're an engineer. I can't tell you what you want. So if I ask you, you can't tell me, oh, I don't need any mic. No, it's I'm playing. I'm the one who needs to hear. Sometimes they watching the place small, but they don't realize the roof high. Now we're talking about acoustics.
Oh, wow.
Again, it boils down to music.
Music, right.
If the roof is high, you got to echo, the song travel. If the roof is low, the song is tighter, it stays there. If we're in an outdoor venue and I play, the wind takes that song and go with it.
Oh, people don't break it down like how you break it down. Wow, see,
Well,
you're breaking it down to the basics.
Well, I had to, because over these years of trying to make sense and explain it to these song engineers who find it hard, I have to find the simplest way of bringing it to them without making it come across as a disrespect.
Right.
Because a lot of them watch it as, you're a drummer, what you know about song? It's not what I know about song. I've been working around song, man, I've been doing this nearly 20 years. So it's not now I know about working on a stage and working with engineers. So obviously I watch and I learn. So by me coming and tell you something, it's not trying to disrespect what you're doing. You know, it's just me trying to safeguard myself working with you, and I know what I want to sound how I would like to.
Right.
But, you know, people on different moods and attitudes.
Modes.
So it's all about trying to change your wording and try to deal with people, because sometimes that dude could have been having a hard day. I can't really come down on him either.
Right.
So I had to make sure and be so reserved and you know, in terms of trying to do that to diffuse situations from getting worse, because you had to remember, you can't come and bad up nobody. As much as you're upset and that was the job, you still had to go play.
Right.
They could be spiteful while you playing.
While you playing, yeah.
You on a stage, you may have a monitor. You hearing you on stage, you don't know what they're hearing off of the stage.
So you got to. So you take all that into to account when you actually going to perform.
Yeah, because enough times you would think you played and outside people not hearing you. You hearing yourself on the monitor,
Right.
but the engineer set you for low
outside.
When you're watching your visuals after now, you seeing yourself like a mime, and you're not hearing anything. You know, so trust me, I passed you a lot, so I think I know a lot of the tricks and trades of how to go around this business. You know,
exactly.
and you always try to be on top. Don't ever give promoters or club owners a one up. Always try to be punctual. You know, especially being a musician. You can't come there for showtime. You need to come there at least an hour in advance, or 2 hours, however long you know it's gonna take you to set up. You need to make sure you preset, make sure you do your sound check, and you're comfortable. You come and you check out the event, you watch the people, you listen to music, and you know, you take your sip of wherever to get in that mindset and you know, to do your stuff. So it's a lot that comes with it in preparation before performing. Well, for me,
let's talk about competitions. Have you been in any competitions or no?
No, I never been in it. I mean, a few promoters came to me to, you know, to try to get me to do that with, to be a part of that with, you know, whatever local drummer they have there. But to me, at the end of the day, like,
and what's going on with all these? Because we know you as the main drummer, but ever since you left, a whole bunch of drummers been coming on the scene. What do you think about all these new guys that's coming on?
I mean, basically for me,
because most people feel they just coming on for a hustle just to make a quick little change, you know?
It's different, yeah. To some of these guys, they watch it.
But not really they're not really working on their craft.
We're gonna come into this event free, or we'll get a bottle, or we'll get a few dollars, or whatever. Like for me, like I left my job like 15 years ago. I was a law clerk. I was a sales executive back home, and I had my job as well, my regular 9 to 5. I was a best worker, everything, but eventually you get to that crossroad of you want to work for people or you want to work for yourself. And it so happened, you know, I was like, nah, God gave me a talent and I want to work for myself. And I took that gamble. That was a gamble. That was a risk. Who in the right mind going and leave 2 jobs to go and just pursue their drumming career? You really have to love it. So that's why I say music is about discipline, sacrifice, dedication. So for me, it had no error. For me, it was like, yo, it had no error for failing. This is do or die. So that was the mentality and the mind frame I came out with. So when people saw me playing, when I came out on the scene in New York, they see this dude with all this venom and this passion and this everything, because that was really me while I'm playing. I'm not putting on an act. When I'm playing, that's when I'm bringing out all my stress, my heartache. That's how I get to release. You know, people vent in different ways. Some people, you know, they go up on the hills and they scream. Some people go in the gym and they punch out in a bag. Me, I could bring it out of my drums.
Yeah.
So to a lot of people, when they watch me, I be like, yo, he's so passionate. They don't know. I like, damn boy, mountain come and I paid all my bills, now I'm broke. But hold that, but you understand? And so that's for me, and it's about being unique and having something different. And I welcome all these other drummers, but to me, I'm not seeing anything close to what I'm doing, like everybody plays that typical rhythm section style, like the same phrases over and over. And they had to understand music is structured differently. When you're working with live DJs, you had to change it up. You can't play the same pitting, punky, tang, pitting for the next 5 songs.
Yeah.
The next 5 songs on different BPMs. They have different snare patterns. They have different bridges. They have stops. You understand? So me, I play more detail, and that's all thanks to being a drumming for being a panorama drummer, drumming for a steel pan band. When you drum for a panorama band,
Yeah.
you're a boss drummer, because at the end of the day, you learn music. You learn what's a crescendo, what's a octave, what's a scale. You understand? You know how to phrase. You know the rudiments. You know the basics. What's a bass clef? What's a treble clef? What's a time signature? You understand? So knowing all these things now, I could put it to use on stage with what I do and who I play with. So a lot of these guys, they need to market it a little bit and realize, there's not just a hustle to come out and be a part of this event. At the end of the day, if this is your career and this is what you love doing, you really have to put that work in it, because you need to be respected with whatever craft you do. How you dress, how you go out there and perform, how you market yourself is how people would come to book you and want to treat you. So if you don't take it seriously, people won't take you seriously. But to the other drummers out in the scene, if you're all in it, put that work in it. This is not a game. This is bigger than what you all think. Like I said, I have 2 kids now. When I started this, I had no kids.
Yeah.
You understand? And this is what takes care of me and my family. And for me to be doing this all these years, guys, is because, and sometimes it's bigger than the money.
Yes, you have to
it's bigger than the money.
You have to let the promoters know that as well, because sometimes they just look at you as just, just a drummer. We don't really need him as much as we need artists and DJs. What do you have to say about that?
That's what I was now saying, just with regards to how they market themselves. Marketing does a lot for you. Market yourself, you understand? And be unique. Don't come and do something that everybody else doing. And that was one of the things that helped me.
Right.
When I came out, nobody never saw what I was doing before. And it was like, who the hell is this dude? This animal from the Muppet Show. Because it was something new and energetic and so addictive. And you see, from the time the drums strike up in a soca party, you see how those girls get. Yeah, they
feel the energy.
And drums is a very spiritual instrument, you understand? Drums is a thing, is manifest. Like back home in Trinidad for emancipation, we have something called the Flambeaux Precession.
Okay.
Where they would walk behind the floats with these African drummers, a lot of African drummers and dancers and the chantwell and people with flambeaux and stuff going behind this procession, and you would see people dancing and zone out, and you'd want to know, like, what the hell take them over? But it's just the vibe and the spirit of the drum, you understand? So strong, it manifests itself in you, just like soca music.
Yeah.
How could you not love soca music? You'll be hearing a song, eventually you will be nodding your head, you will be tapping your feet. It's like that, as just before you know it, you jumping up, you shaking up, you want to know what. How this happened? It's music, good music, happy music.
Happy music, yeah. What are some of your fondest musical memories? Something that comes to mind, like an event, anywhere. Any gigs you've done, like wow.
One of the best moments to me as well was I think was what the first year for the Uber Soca work with Kevin Little. I wasn't even expecting for him to call me up on stage, and he was doing his thing, and I guess I performed before him. I really saw him at the side of the stage watching and everything, and then, he went on and stopped the music, and he called for me to come on stage that time.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous because I don't know what song he was going and sing. I wasn't familiar with any of his new tracks.
And he does more groovy, right?
Yeah.
Do you do groovy? You're more power. I know you like the energy, right? And he does more groovy, so you wasn't too sure where he was going there.
And then it's just me and him. It's no DJ.
Right.
So now I basically had to, and again, just by knowing music, how it's structured, I build a rhythm, I maintain it. I listened to what he was saying. I know where he wanted me to phrase and stop, and where he wanted to go to the next song. And then after that, he was pleased, and where else? I mean, most of the times is when I work with the live artists. The energy is different. It's definitely different, and they actually give you that forward and that introduction, and when you leave and yo, make some noise to Kerry D Drummer, and they give you that endorsement, you understand? And that's a nice feeling when you're on that stage and you're seeing all these people.
What's that Uber Soca? I saw a video, family, you and Bungie, that was, what was that? That was on, you were on stage.
Oh, with Bungie? Oh, that was way back in 2013. That was in Trinidad, actually, on Maracas Beach. It was for an event called Sahara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was back in the day, yeah.
As far as teaching, do you teach? You plan on teaching?
I would like to, but it's just, the
schedule is kind of busy.
Yeah, time and everything like that. And then, dealing with kids and stuff, that's something that's different. You really have to have that time and equipment and that space for them to come and rock out. But that's something I would like to do in the future. I'd also like to jump into production as well.
Right.
Because I did few studio sessions, different producers, artists as well. They would basically build their melody, and I would come in and put on some percussion tracks, some electronic, most of them using my drums, quite rather acoustic than electronic. Any day. There's two different tones on the whole. There's nothing better than live music. And yeah, I wanna go into production, because if I could rock out on my drums like that, the kind of crazy ideas I have in my head, imagine what I could do if I really get studio time and with somebody basically who knows it, of course, for me to get what I have inside my head out. I have some ideas to some crazy rhythms, so that's something I would really want to work on soon in the near future, very, very soon.
Yeah. Before we go, let me ask you some questions. You just answer them rapid fire, okay? The carnival with the most vibes that you've been to?
Grenada.
Job. Yeah. Have you played the whole oil and mud? You've done that before?
I did the Juve morning.
The whole Juve?
I did Monday night and Pretty Mass on Tuesday,
Best band on the road in Grenada, since it's Grenada?
For me, it's Summer Crew. I've been with them from year one, from 2012. Yeah, Summer Crew, yeah.
Summer Crew, okay. Give me 2 events in Grenada. That's good vibes.
One of them is the Bikini Cruise that takes place on the carnival Saturday during the day, and in the night is something called White in the Moonlight. Just like their biggest carnival show for that weekend. That's in the country.
Give me 2 artists you love to work with. You always enjoy working with.
2 artists I always enjoy.
Or give me 3. Give me 3.
King Bubba.
Okay.
Asa Banton. And Skinny.
And Skinny Fabulous, right?
Yeah, Skinny Fabulous, yeah.
All right. Favorite Caribbean dish?
Yo, that's a tough one. I love my lambi water when I reach in Greens. I love my fish cakes and my cuckoo when I reach in Bim. You understand? I love my Johnny Bakes when I touch it. Yo, it's a lot, though. It's a lot. I really put on some way to everybody be like, yo.
Oh, that good eating, man. Last but not least, what do you have planned for 2019 and moving forward? What's on the table right now? You already talked about trying to get into the whole production. Yeah,
basically for the duration of 2019, come from June, basically we back out on the road, From June I head out to Bermuda for Bermuda Carnival, which takes place anywhere between the 7th and the 17th of June.
Okay.
After that, I'll be back in New York for a few.
Okay.
Then I leave. It's more the carnivals now. Then I head to Grenada late July.
Are you doing crop over this year?
I have a few shows in crop over. Still trying to work on more for it to actually make the trip make sense.
Because crop over was right before Grenada, right?
Right before Grenada, and same time with Antigua, because I also have bookings in Antigua as well. So I'll be between Grenada, Barbados, and Antigua. After Spice Mass, back out to New York. I'll be on the road Labor Day with my boy Brandon. Brian Hanks. He's doing a new band called Whatless Nation. Basically he's into fitness and those sweat parties and that gym life. So something new that they come in and bring on the Parkway. I don't really do the Parkway, but that's my boy. And when they call on me, I answer.
Yeah, sir.
After Labor Day, we get ready for Miami, and then of course the last Carnival on the Water, Uber Soca Cruise.
Soca Cruise, yeah.
Since and Caicos and back, and definitely trying to make some new links. I want to spend some more time in the small islands in the Caribbean. Because they have so much good music. They do a lot of zouk and a lot of compa, and I want to get into that. Like Dominica has the soca bouillon, and everybody has their own different flow. So, I would like to try to link with some of the producers or even some of the local drummers, the musicians, and try to collaborate, do something big, do something different,
Yeah. Let people know how they can get in contact with Kerry D Drummer, social media, website, telephone number, whatever you have going on.
All right. Basically, bookings for Kerry D Drummer. You could send an email to the Art for Music Academy at gmail.com. You could find me on Instagram, Kerry D Drummer, KERRYD Drummer, on Facebook, Kerry DE Drummer. And yeah, website isn't up yet, but trust me, ain't hard to find.
Yeah. It was a pleasure having you on, boss.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Likewise.
so
Thank you.
wish you all the best moving forward.
Definitely.
So we're going to check out some Kerry's skills on the drum. But this wraps up another episode of Face to Face. Yours truly, Nesta Cann. Take care and God bless.
Yep.
Thank you.